Welcome to Central ERC. This workshop will focus on the game-changing benefits of the Employee Retention Credit for businesses impacted by COVID-19. We'll cover the eligibility criteria, potential benefits, and best practices for taking advantage of this credit. By the end of this presentation, you'll have a better understanding of how the ERC can help your business succeed during these challenging times. Thank you for joining us today and investing in your business's future. This presentation will be divided into 3 sections. In Section 1, we'll cover what is Employee Retention Credit. Section 2 will focus on the benefits of ERC, and finally, in Section 3, we'll discuss how to apply for ERC. What is Employee Retention Credit? Employee Retention Credit, or ERC, is a tax credit offered by the U.S. government to incentivize employers to retain their employees during the COVID-19 pandemic. It provides financial assistance to companies that have experienced a significant reduction in gross receipts or have been partially or fully shut down. Eligible employers can receive a refundable tax credit of up to $26,000 per employee. ERC has proven to be a valuable tool for companies looking to maintain their workforce during these challenging times. While the Employee Retention Credit is an excellent program, there are many misconceptions about it that we hope to clarify in this presentation. As an ERC expert, we hear this all the time. Number 1. Only businesses that were shut down by government orders are eligible. While it's true that businesses that were fully or partially suspended by government orders due to COVID-19, it's not the only eligibility criteria. We will cover that later. Number 2. You can't claim the ERC if you received PPP loan. It is true to some extent. Did you know businesses that received PPP loans can still claim the ERC? But they cannot claim the ERC on the same wages that were used to apply for PPP loan forgiveness. In other words, there cannot be an overlap in the wages used for PPP loan forgiveness and the wages used to claim the ERC. And also, eligible employers who did not receive forgiveness for their entire PPP loan may still be able to claim the ERC for wages that were not paid using PPP funds. Number 3. The ERC is only available for large businesses. Despite the various misconceptions surrounding ERC, it's important to note that the credit is not just for large businesses. In fact, the ERC was specifically designed to provide relief for small to medium-sized businesses with less than 500 employees, as well as nonprofit organizations. Number 4. You can't claim the ERC if you're a startup. Startups are eligible for the ERC as long as they meet the eligibility requirements, such as experiencing a decline in gross receipts or being partially or fully shut down due to the pandemic. However, there may be some limitations or additional requirements for startups, such as restrictions on claiming credit for certain wages or time periods. Also, there is a bonus structure for startups. That bonus detail will be covered in a different workshop. Number 5. ERC only for employers with a decline in revenue. ERC is primarily for employers with a decline in revenue. But there have been some updates to the rules in 2021. Now, employers may also be eligible if their business operations were interrupted. Supply chains were disrupted. Hours of operation were reduced, and so on. We will cover these updates in more detail during the workshop. Number 6. And most popular of all, ERC is a loan. ERC is actually a tax credit provided by the U.S. government to encourage employers to keep employees on their payroll during the COVID-19 pandemic. It provides financial relief to eligible employers, and the credit is refundable, meaning that businesses can receive the credit as a payment from the government even if they do not owe any taxes. Therefore, the ERC is not a loan, but a tax credit. Now that we've addressed the misconceptions about the ERC, it's important to note that there are still some people who voice concerns about the legitimacy of the program. Specifically, there are those who believe that the ERC is a scam. However, we want to emphasize that the ERC is a legitimate tax credit created by the U.S. government to help businesses that were impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. While there have been isolated cases of fraud and misuse related to COVID-19 relief programs, including the ERC, these cases do not represent the majority of legitimate ERC claims. Therefore, it's crucial to do your research and consult with a trusted tax professional to determine if you're eligible to claim the ERC. Don't let misconceptions or rumors about the program discourage you from exploring the benefits it can offer for your business during these challenging times. The purpose of the ERC is to retain employees. As the term implies, ERC helps businesses retain valuable employees during financial challenges. It mitigates financial losses, because it reduces financial impact of unexpected events. ERC encourages businesses to stay open. It promotes business continuity during challenging economic conditions. Improve cash flow. ERC helps manage cash flow, boost liquidity and growth, and reduce tax liability. It minimizes tax obligations through qualified wages. So, how much can eligible businesses receive through the ERC? Let's find out. The Employee Retention Credit, ERC, is available for both 2020 and 2021, but the maximum credit amount per eligible employee varies between the 2 years. For 2020, the maximum credit amount is $5,000 per eligible employee for the whole year, while for each quarter of 2021, the maximum credit amount per eligible employee is $7,000. It's important to note that the eligibility and amount of ERC claim for both 2020 and 2021 is determined based on the information reported on Form 941 for each quarter. Now that we know how much eligible businesses can receive through the ERC, let's dive into the eligibility periods for this credit. For 2020, the eligible periods are from March 12th to December 31st, covering quarters 2 through 4. For 2021, eligible periods cover quarters 1 through 3, from January 1st to September 30th. Business owners can qualify for the entire period or for some periods in between, depending on their eligibility criteria. Here's a list of the eligibility criteria that businesses must meet to qualify for the ERC. Let's move on to Section 2 of the presentation. How businesses can benefit from ERC. Once again, Employee Retention Credit, ERC, is a tax credit provided by the U.S. government to encourage employers to keep employees on their payroll during the COVID-19 pandemic. This tax credit can provide significant benefits for businesses struggling to maintain their workforce and stay afloat during the pandemic. How ERC can help your business thrive post-pandemic. ERC can play a crucial role in helping businesses thrive. With the credit, businesses can retain their most important asset, their employees, and build resilience. It can also provide financial support, which can be used to invest in operational improvements, such as upgrading technology and infrastructure, increasing marketing efforts, and hiring additional staff. This, in turn, can lead to increased cash flow, which can be used to pay bills, invest in growth, and fund new projects. By leveraging the ERC, businesses can emerge from the pandemic with a stronger foundation and a competitive advantage over their peers. In summary, the ERC can provide significant benefits for businesses struggling to navigate the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. By utilizing the ERC to retain employees, strengthen operations, increase cash flow, enhance your competitive advantage, and reduce financial burden, you can position your business for success post-pandemic. Why you should consider filing for the ERC. Once again, it's an immediate cash flow, it's a no-brainer. And it is a significant credit amount. The credit can be worth a substantial amount of money, potentially tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars for some businesses. Therefore, it's crucial for businesses to be aware of this credit and to explore whether they qualify, so they can maximize their potential tax savings and avoid missing out on this valuable opportunity. It is retroactive application. A retroactive application of ERC means that businesses can claim the credit for wages paid in 2020, even if they did not previously claim it. This allows businesses to potentially receive a refund of payroll taxes already paid. However, it is important to note that retroactive applications have certain deadlines and requirements that must be met, so it's best to consult with an expert to ensure the process is done correctly. ERC does not impact PPP loan forgiveness. Yes, It is true that the Employee Retention Credit (ERC) does not impact Paycheck Protection Program or PPP loan forgiveness. This was clarified in the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021, which states that employers can claim the ERC even if they have received a PPP loan, as long as the same wages are not used for both programs. You can use ERC in conjunction with other tax credits, such as the Work Opportunity Tax Credit, WOTC, or the Research and Development, R&D, tax credit. However, there are certain limitations and qualifications that need to be met to claim multiple tax credits. For example, the same wages cannot be used to claim both the ERC and another tax credit. It's important to note that the rules and regulations surrounding tax credits can be complex and may vary depending on individual circumstances. Therefore, it's highly recommended to consult with a tax professional to ensure that you are correctly applying all applicable tax credits and taking advantage of all available tax savings opportunities. We will now proceed to Section 3 of the presentation, where we will cover the essential steps for applying for ERC. Please be prepared as we dive into the details. Claiming the ERC is a detailed and time-consuming procedure that requires meticulous attention to detail. It involves strictly adhering to eligibility requirements, thoroughly verifying documentation, and staying up to date with changes in tax laws. Moreover, it's crucial to have the knowledge and expertise to accurately fill out intricate tax forms. Claiming multiple tax credits can be complex. Consulting with a tax professional is recommended to ensure proper claiming of eligible credits and maximizing tax benefits. We'll cover this in a separate presentation. The following outlines the steps, documentation, and understanding you need to have to claim the Employee Retention Credit. Please take a moment to write them down. To ensure compliance with ERC regulations and requirements and the proper maintenance of documentation, employers are advised to seek the assistance of a tax professional. Let's break down the documentation requirements. All quarters of 2020 and 2021 payroll Form 941s. This is an example of 941 forms. To obtain the Form 941, you can download it from the IRS website, request a copy be mailed to you by calling the IRS, or order it by mail using Form 4506T. Additionally, many tax preparation software programs also include Form 941 as part of their offerings. Or you can ask one of our ERC expert how to acquire them. All quarters of 2020 and 2021 payroll journals. Payroll journals are records of payroll transactions that show details such as employee names, wages, and taxes withheld. They are important for documentation requirements when claiming the Employee Retention Credit. Employers can obtain payroll journals from their payroll provider or by generating them through their accounting software. They typically appear as a spreadsheet or report showing the necessary information. If you're having difficulty obtaining your payroll journals, our ERC experts can provide guidance on how to acquire them. 2019, 2020, and 2021 quarterly financial statements, or profit and loss statements for all 3 years. Either one or the other, and it should be breakdown into quarters. A P&L statement is a financial report that shows a company's revenues, costs, and expenses for a certain period. You can get one by asking your accounting team or creating it through accounting software. Our ERC experts can help you explore alternative options or guide you in creating a P&L statement. We'll provide the necessary support to ensure that you have all the documentation you need to claim the Employee Retention Credit. To be eligible for the ERC, your business must meet one or more of the COVID-related restrictions listed below. Take note of these restrictions. Your business operations were interrupted. There were interruptions with your supply chain. There was an inability to access equipment. Your business had a limited capacity or occupancy to operate. You were unable to work with your vendors. Your hours of operation were reduced. Your available services offered were limited or reduced. Contactless pickup or drop-off. enforcement of social distancing, enhanced cleaning measures or sanitization guidelines. Now that we're almost through with the ERC filing process, let's also take a look at some common mistakes to avoid when applying for ERC. Failing to determine eligibility, incorrectly calculating qualified wages and expenses, not including all eligible employees, not keeping accurate records, failing to claim the credit in a timely manner, not seeking professional guidance and advice before applying. Applying for the ERC can be a complex process, but keeping these common mistakes in mind can help increase your chances of success. By avoiding these errors, you can minimize the risk of delays or issues that may impact your ability to claim the benefits of the program. Our ERC experts are available to guide you through the application process and help you avoid these common pitfalls, ensuring that you can maximize your business's benefit from the Employee Retention Credit. In conclusion, the ERC is a game changer for businesses because it provides significant financial support that can help them maintain business operations, retain employees, increase cash flow, and reduce financial burden during and after the pandemic. The ERC is unique in that manner. It offers a credit against payroll taxes, which can help businesses keep their employees on payroll and avoid layoffs or furloughs. This can be crucial for their bottom line and overall success. By providing financial support to businesses, the ERC can help them emerge from the pandemic stronger and more resilient. This can position them for growth and success in the future. Overall, the ERC is a game changer for businesses because it offers a lifeline while struggling during the pandemic. By taking advantage of this credit, businesses can not only survive but thrive and position themselves for long-term success. That being said, we can all agree that Employee Retention Credit is a valuable tax credit. If you believe your business may be eligible for this credit, you should pre-qualify. Why? It won't impact you in any negative way. Pre-qualifying for ERC increases approval chances and ensures correct document filing. Don't leave money on the table. Pre-qualify for ERC to maximize your tax savings. Filing ERC is a very complex process. It's important to consult an expert to ensure full advantage of the program to understand how to file documents correctly. Thank you for joining us today. We hope that you found the information about the Employee Retention Credit, ERC, valuable for your business. Feel free to reach out to the person who informed you about ERC for further assistance or guidance. To schedule a fast and complimentary consultation, please reach out to us at the following contact numbers: 979-900-7151 or our toll-free line 800-481-3216. We are excited to assist you in any way we can and look forward to our real-time conversation.